Hey everybody, welcome to Module 8. I'm always tempted at this time to quote Jim Morrison and say, "This is the end, beautiful friend." Uh, Thankfully for everybody, I will not sing. All right. So the way things are set up in this course, the final paper is submitted at the end of week 7. And that leaves us with this last module to concentrate on what everything we've been doing actually means. We might compare this last week of work to the functional purpose of a conclusion in an essay. It's going to touch on the why of what we've been doing. It's going to explore some of the how of how we got where we wanted to go, and it's also going to focus on why everything matters. All right. So we have 2 exercises to wrap things up, and they look forward and backward. What we want to think about is what good has been done for you by the things we've been doing in these last 7 weeks. And we want to know what good it's going to do for you as you move forward out of this class. The first exercise that we're looking at is a discussion, and it asks you to connect what we've been doing with what comes next for you in your studies. The other exercise is a reflection on your big writing project for this semester. And it asks that you map out the choices you've made in that essay and explain your reasoning for the directions you chose. Now, this isn't about whether you made, the right choice or even necessarily good choices. This is just about why did you do what you did, and show that you actually applied reason in doing this. This is about demonstrating insight into your own writing and showing that you understand that, the words just don't happen. It is a matter of conscious creation from you. All right. And so now we're going to go back and demonstrate that. Now, we're using these exercises to try to demonstrate the significance of trying to improve writing. One context for that is obvious. Most students taking this course are at the start of their college work, and they'll be using writing in the courses that will help them complete their degrees. And I regularly have students, I still have students, and it always blows my mind, who tell me, I'm a computer computer design person. I'm a programming person. We won't be writing anything. And to them, I say, ha, that's really the only answer. Academic discourse is about writing. Information is transferred through writing. You're going to have to explain how you know the things you know, how you can do the things you know you can do. That's it. And that is done through writing. It doesn't matter what your degree is in. So expect it. You're going to need it. Now, this course should serve as a practical reference for doing that successfully. Now, the other thing is I always like to point out that writing is something that will be practically important in almost every career field. And we get a little of this in our Mind Edge notes for this week. In a short time, my students will be occupying positions of responsibility in companies where they'll be required to write evaluations for other employees. Note that word, write, they're writing them. My students will be working in medical fields where they will need to enter notes in the records of patients. And again, that's a writing. My students will be preparing reports for their companies that those companies will use to make significant decisions about how things are done. My students will be corresponding with customers, documenting official conditions about products and services. All of this needs writing. All right. Now, the big question might be, does learning academic writing prepare you for all that? And essentially, my big answer is going to be, yeah, it does. That's it exactly. It doesn't line up one-to-one, but what we're doing is we're learning to we're learning how to approach writing and think about it in a certain way. And that is really it. Now, the first way it helps is that what we've stressed through this is the need to write clearly and effectively. And that carries over no matter what you're writing. All right. The second thing, though, is that what we've been doing is getting you to think about the rules for a certain type of writing and seeing what you need to do to succeed within its boundaries, the parameters, the rules that it sets. All right. As you go to engage with any writing task, you will find that each has its own expected practices for you to adhere to. So just as you've done in this course, discovering the rules and applying them, you will do in the practical writing involved in your careers. All right. You'll have to find out what they expect, what they want these things to look like. And then you'll have to make that happen. All right. And that's just what we've been doing in this class within the particular sphere of academic writing. All right. It is the last week. So the big message for all of this is that in case this is your first term at SNU, in case it's your first class, let me just tell you, when these classes end, everything has to be in. That's really the way it works. There is no other option. When it gets to the end of the day, this coming Sunday, basically that's the due date for everything for Module 8. That has to be the due date for everything. My turnaround for completing grades is 2 days later, all right? So I need time to look through everything and get it done. That means I have to have it on time. There really can't be very much wiggle room at all here at the end of the term. So if you're encountering a problem getting things finished, you had best contact me and let me know what's going on. We'll see what we can do, all right? But hopefully the answer is get it in on time, and then we won't have to worry about it. As usual, if you need me for any reason, including talking about tardy work, you know how to get a hold of me. Please do. Let me say, this is again the last video. It's been a real pleasure for me. I always enjoy teaching this course, and I always enjoy interacting with new people and finding, their experiences and adding it to my own. All right. I've had a lovely time, and I hope you have. All right. Adios, everybody.